One of the most powerful hurricanes in nearly a decade.
Deadly Hurricane Matthew, a Category 3 storm as of Friday.
Matthew is strengthening again tonight. It's moving off toward the west.
Hurricane Matthew are starting to pound the island of Exuma here in the Bahamas.
My stomach tells me that this one might be bad.
Don't touch down power lines ever, even if you think that the system's not on. You don't know. On October 6th, Hurricane Matthew hit Grand Bahama as a Category 4 storm with 145 mile-per-hour sustained winds, tearing roofs off structures across the island and destroying buildings in some areas, taking down trees and fences, and decimating the transmission and distribution infrastructure across the island. It was truly unprecedented for Grand Bahama. Of particular challenge for restoration is the impact on our transmission line. This is the backbone of our system, which transmits high voltage on bigger poles to bring power to customers across the island. As with most of our infrastructure, our transmission system suffered significant damage from the hurricane, and the repair work is extensive. Once we complete repair on the transmission side, we move to our distribution network, which connects communities and side streets to the transmission system. Our goal in this phase of power restoration to the island is to safely get the largest number of our customers up in the shortest amount of time, and to do it safely. Therefore, we pick the areas with the highest density so that we can return service to the greatest number of customers. But sometimes there are individual problems on those side streets. There could be a tree down or a damaged transformer. Or there could be damage to homes that make re-energizing a significant safety hazard for its residents. But stopping our transmission work to identify and address the problems impacting those individual customers means that we aren't working toward our goal, getting the largest number of customers on in the shortest amount of time. We spent the first 5 days after the storm focused on our transmission lines, which is the backbone of our grid, and on the following essential services: our generating stations, the well fields, the hospital, the police station, and our large industrials, a significant source of employment for our island. Of course, once customers saw their area with power, they assumed that they would be energized, and have been asking repeatedly why they aren't on. We will be back. The feeders we initially selected gave us the opportunity to energize 20% of our customers. We are currently focused on a number of areas and are energizing customers as their lines are repaired. The issue at this point is poles, which support the wires that bring power to our customers. Our crews are working hard, and as you can imagine, are quickly depleting our materials stock. We need and have ordered almost 2,000 poles. This is a slow process, as normal barges can only bring 40 to 60 poles at a time. We have chartered a boat just for us to bring as many as 160 at a time. The West End, as we all know, was hit very hard by Hurricane Matthew. The impact of the storm on our transmission and distribution in the West End amounts to essentially a rebuild. We have calculated that it will take 20 days for our crews to complete that work. This is not about the West End being purposely left until last. You'll remember the discussion of the transmission line, or the backbone of our infrastructure. The infrastructure begins at our plant in the city, and we energize out from that center point. We can't get to the ends of the island until we repair the transmission on the way. And of course, we haven't forgotten the East End. We have 15 miles of line to fix and 75 poles to set for the 300 to 400 customers we serve that way. I also want to reiterate that there will be individual outages that require customer action before we can safely restore power. If you see damage to your meter base, which is the box that the meter sits on, and/or the meter mast, which is the pipe that carries the wires from the meter to the weatherhead or that ball on your home where the service connects, you need to call a qualified electrician to assess it now. Your electrician handles work that needs to be done from the weatherhead to inside your house, including your circuit breakers and home wiring. We don't want to be energizing an area and be unable to restore a customer's power because of a problem in their own home. What we'd like our customers to know is that we have over 200 Grand Bahama Power, Emira affiliate, and contractor crews working very long days, 7 days a week. We will restore power to every customer as safely and as quickly as we can. But we are putting safety first. As one Facebook commenter noted just yesterday, a successful restoration is a safe one. We don't want anyone to underestimate the devastation that was caused by Hurricane Matthew. I've been reminding myself how fortunate we are in many ways, and keep reminding the team that it's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get back up. And that's exactly what we're doing. It's time to get back up. We recognize how important power is to the rebuilding of our island. We will continue to keep you updated and assure you that we will do our very best. Thank you.